Hello and welcome to VERACITY, the pursuit of truth. We are Taboo Arts and we are so excited that you have joined us for our final exhibition of 2020. So, without further ado, let's begin with the night's first performance.
Most days you stumble in the dark, living life with a wounded heart. You've been hurt and beaten down, you've been shoved onto the ground. But even in the heartache and despair, you don't have to stay there.
I'm here with two of our baristas now, Ida and Jolene. Hey guys.
Hi.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect from the baristas in tonight's exhibition?
Yeah, so we have focused on pairing coffee with food. And we have created 4 different drinks, and then there's also something that we have paired them up with.
Yeah, so we'll have 4 of these videos throughout the evening. We hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Ida, and today I'll be making gluten-free choux pastries with a roasted white chocolate and salted caramel filling. I'll be pairing that with a black pour-over filter coffee from Nicaragua. First, I'm going to be making the pastries. I'm starting by putting 80 grams of butter and 240 milliliters of water into a saucepan, and I'm stirring it until the butter has melted. I'm bringing the mixture to a boil, and once it has boiled, I'm removing it from the stovetop. Now I'm adding 125 grams of self-rising gluten-free flour, and I'm going to mix the dough for about 45 seconds. Once the dough is smooth and pulling away from the sides of the pan, I'm going to wait for it to cool down. I'm going to add 3 whisked eggs into the mixture. Once the dough is glossy but still thick so that it can hold its shape, I'm putting it into a piping bag to start piping the shells. I'm going to bake them for about 25 minutes in a 200-degree oven. It's important not to open the oven door until the choux pastry shells have set properly so that they don't collapse. Once they're done baking, I'm gonna let them cool down. Meanwhile, I'm going to make the filling. I'm starting by cutting 185 grams of white chocolate into small pieces and spreading it on the baking tray. I'm going to roast the chocolate at 175 degrees for about 7 minutes until the chocolate has a nice golden brown color. I'm stirring it on the baking tray so that it crumbles into small pieces. Next, I'm going to whisk 300 milligrams of double cream until it turns into a whipped cream. I'm adding 140 grams of cream cheese and the roasted chocolate into the whipped cream, and then I'm going to mix them together. Now that the filling is done and the shells have completely cooled down, it's time to put them together. I'm going to put some salted caramel sauce in the middle of the choux pastry shell, and then I'm piping the white chocolate filling inside and placing the top part of the shell on top of the filling. Now we're done with the choux pastries. When pairing food and coffee, it's important to think about the flavors between them. You want to find the perfect balance of the flavors so that the tasting notes can complement each other. That way, we are able to taste the true, complementary flavors in between the food and the coffee. My all-time favorite flavor combination is caramel and white chocolate. That's why I'm going to use a coffee with tasting notes of caramel, apricot, and starfruit, so that it can boost the flavor combination of roasted white chocolate and tropical caramel. The bean I'm using is a natural geisha by Origin Coffee Roasters, and it comes from the San Jose farm in Nicaragua. Today I chose the pour-over method to brew my coffee. I'm using my Kaleido Wave dripper, and I'm starting by boiling some fresh filtered water. The water you use to brew your coffee has a huge impact on the flavor of the coffee. Using fresh, filtered water can bring out the true, interesting tasting notes of the coffee, and that way, the solid foundation of veracity. I'm boiling my water to 90 degrees and I'm grinding 20 grams of coffee fairly coarse for 300 grams of water. I'm starting by rinsing the filter to remove any paper taste, and then I'm going to add the ground coffee. First, I'm adding 50 grams of water to cover all of the coffee, and I'm going to let it bloom for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I'm adding another 50 grams of water, bringing the water weight to 100 grams, and then I'm letting it brew for 30 seconds. I'm repeating the process 4 more times until the water weight is at 300 grams. The brew time should be about 4 minutes in total. The sweetness of the pastry brings out the sweet notes of the coffee, while the black coffee also brings out the deeper, heavier flavors of the pastry. And those flavors are the accurate and truthful ones that might take a bit more seeking to find. But when they're found, they bring out a whole new perspective on how we view them.
In this video, I'll be making a crepe topped with a spicy mango compote and vanilla ice cream, pairing it with a Guatemalan coffee brewed through an AeroPress. By cooking the chili with the mango, it adds spice to the original sweetness of the mango. The compote represents the ostensible truth of today. We attempt to alter its original design by our own ideas and opinions, taking what we like and ignoring the rest. But how do we find real truth in a world of differing opinions? Truth is a powerful thing, bringing life to all who seek it. It has been there from the beginning of time. As it is said, truth is not a river that changes with the cultural currents, but a rock, immovable, invincible, unshakable, and the cornerstone of all we are and ever hope to be.
Hello, my name is Annabelle Donison. I'm 18 years old from Texas, and this is my exhibition. Through these 4 photos, I tried to tell a story of what can happen when we allow lies to stick to our vision, altering the truth, and as a result, blinding us. The first picture depicts a shard of glass protruding from a contact lens. The model is balancing it on her finger, ready to put it into her eye. As humans, we constantly seek the truth, but if we aren't able to see the lies that are disguised as truths, our perspectives will change drastically and we will go blind. The shard of glass in this picture represents all things that can hinder our eyesight and blind us. If we are unable to identify lies as lies, and if we begin to see them as truths, whatever beliefs we welcome in will permanently stick to our vision, blinding us to what is actually true. In the next picture, we see the outcome of welcoming these lies and letting them stick to our vision. The eyes split in half represents blindness. If our perspective is distorted, we will not be able to see truth for what it actually is. The next picture is based off of the story in Mark, beginning at the 8th chapter. It says, "After seeing this, Jesus spit on the ground and made some mud with his saliva and put it on the man's eyes. Once more, Jesus put his hands on the man's eyes, and his eyes were opened. His sight was restored, and he saw everything clearly." In this picture, gold is being swiped across the eyes, representing the mud Jesus used to heal the blind man and restore his eyesight. If we understand that we are blind and seek Jesus, only then will our sight be restored. Only then will we be able to see truth. And finally, in the last picture, sight has been restored. The vision, the perspective, everything that was once believed to be true has come into the light. Was blind, but now can see. Jesus wants to take all of the shrapnel from our eyes and renew us. He will pick out every shard, everything that is staining our vision, and allow us to see once again. He will restore our vision and let us see his truth. But in order to do that, we must replace our broken lenses with the lens of Jesus. Thank you.
All right, now we're joined here by another one of our culinary artists, Kara. Hi, Kara.
Hi, how's it going?
Awesome, thank you. All right, can you explain to us the video actually that we're about to watch?
Yeah. So my video is based on the idea of simplification. We live in a culture that has taken food to the extremes, and in a part of my search for truth, I wanted to actually take food back to what I think it was originally meant for. So there's appreciation for beauty and taste, but also that it's about community and nourishment. Wow. So my video is about taking the simple road back to gratitude and community and hopefully joy.
That's amazing. Awesome. Let's check it out.
Let us go back to the simple way of giving thanks for gifts of the earth, the grace of rain that falls to feed her bounty. It is a wordless and sacred conversation, calling forth the best within ourself to partner in authoring a story, where color, aroma, and texture touch, and birth something beautiful. Let that bring forth another beauty, a gathering of bodies, a breaking of bread, the blessing of self meeting the other at a table. It is a moment in time for the flame of love to light again, sharing in the glory of a hand on the shoulder, a smile, laughter like water, reaching through the space between us to share in a truth. Let us go back to the simple way of breaking bread, for joy is there.
'cause you knew my name before I called. My mind, it answers the call. Feeling your voice inside my soul. Taking my hand to guide me on. 'Cause your love is deeper than all. 'Cause you knew my name before I called. Nothing can sever that vow. And this time will never be broken. 'Cause you knew my name before I called.
We're now joined here by one of our culinary artists, Sheni. How you doing, Sheni?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Awesome. Now, can you explain to us your piece, this absolutely stunning cake?
Thank you. Yeah, so it's just based on something I really see transformed in myself this year. It's a cake decorated like concrete and then with veins of gold and like a carved out piece where I've replaced it with gold leaf and and I have this painting in my living room and it has 4 vessels on it and they're all broken to different degrees. And the one that is the most broken pours out the most water.
Wow.
So it's just like whenever we're broken and realize how broken we are and we pursue the right truth, that will highlight our brokenness in such a beautiful way.
Awesome, thank you. I had no idea cake could have such a profound meaning, so that's amazing. Thank you so much, Sheni.
When choosing coffee pairings, being intentional with choosing flavors that will highlight the tasting notes is critical. I am making a coffee pairing with mulled wine-inspired coffee and pepper nuts. This coffee has notes of black currant, candied orange peel, and wine gums. When you look at the notes and look at what is traditionally served with orange and wine, spices are added to both of those notes so it enhances the natural flavors of the coffee. The pepper nuts complements the true flavors of the coffee because of the spices that are added. Adding mulled syrup and pomegranate juice sweetens the coffee. This is a great drink to serve and be enjoyed in communion with others. Coffee and food brings people together. We need to be able to be honest with each other and keep each other accountable to the truth. Brokenness came into the world through a fruit, but through communion we are made whole. When mulling over the theme of the exhibition, I realized that it is imperative that we need to actively seek relationship to be fulfilled. I discovered that veracity cannot be attained without communion because it is empty without relationship.
These four lonely walls have changed the way I feel. The way I feel. I'm standing still. And nothing else matters now. You're not here. So where are you? I've been calling you. I'm missing you.
They're standing still. I'm running still. I'm running still. And every voice that cried inside my head, forever dry. Forever dry. I've drew lines. Oh, where else can I go? And where else can I go? Chasing you, chasing you, oh. Running, 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 ain't running from myself no more. Together we'll win it all. I ain't running, 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 ain't running from myself no more. I'm ready to face it all. If I lose myself, I lose 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 it all.
All right, now it's time for the photography portion of tonight's exhibition, and I'm here with Natalie, one of our photographers. Hi, Natalie.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Why don't you just explain some of your pieces here that you have tonight?
Yeah, of course. So with veracity being the theme, kind of asked myself what truth really means, and truth is ascribed to things that aim to represent reality. And so with that, I kind of thought about how society kind of feeds us these truths that we can either force to believe or not believe. And so I asked myself, like, do I believe what society tells about me, or do I kind of dig deeper to what is the root of truth? So there's a transition that happens with the pursuit of truth, something that happens with the mind and the soul. and it's as if you're blindfolded. And so in my first piece, it's called Suppressed, as if you're surrounded by darkness and you can't see and you are just kind of lost in the midst of it. Because when you're blindfolded, your sight is impaired, but your senses are heightened.
Okay.
So with that, the darkness is illuminated by this faint light, and that light is what kind of draws us out of the darkness.
Okay.
And so in my next photo, which is titled Seeking, that light has illuminated the chaos of the brokenness and the false truths that are thrown at us. And my subject is just standing still, patiently waiting, seeking for something, because the chaos just flies by and we can't grasp it, we can't distinct what it is. But the darkness is illuminated, so we're aware of what's around us without fully seeing it. And then in my third piece, which I titled Surrender, with that light illuminating everything that's around us, we feel as if the light has brought us to a point where we are recognizing who we are and what that light really means and stands for. And so we kind of surrender to this revelation. And with that surrendering and that revelation, there's room for peace to come in and fill us up. And yeah, so lastly, my last piece is called Pivotive Perspective, which with allowing that light to come in and transform and illuminate the darkness, we have a new sense of perspective. So we can see our past with new eyes. We can understand our current situation with new eyes as well, and we can understand the wrongs of our past. But with that revelation and that new view, we have a changed perspective because we were confronted with the truth.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for that clear and such a beautiful kind of journey through truth.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, so now I'm here with some of our dancers, and they're going to tell us a little bit about a collaboration that they did with our photographers.
So yes, I'm gonna introduce the first one. So this piece is about how we pursue truth, but really is a truth that pursues us.
So in the second photo, we chose to use a white veil because it's representing the truth and the purity of God. And we wanted to look at how the truth of God pursues us even when we don't want it, and that he gives us the choice to continue to pursue him or to receive his pursuit of us.
Yes. So, and the third one. So we can ask some question about it's will we choose to let the world around us tell us who we are, or we will allow our Creator to give us our true identity? And what if we were fully embraced by His truth, by His true love, His words, and what He has done for us?
Amazing, thank you so much. It's really thought-provoking and leaves us kind of with something to kind of chew on. So thank you for that, guys.
Thank you.
It's been Taboo Dance.
For this exhibition, I've chosen to do a coffee and food pairing with two different pastries. In these baked goods, I've used ingredients that are also motifs from the Christian and Hebrew faiths. Figs, which represent peace, prosperity, and sometimes used to refer to the people of Israel. Almonds, which were used as a symbol of steadfastness and diligence, how God always finished what he started, are two ingredients included in the sweet pastry. We're talking about truth and religion and society in this exhibition. What actually stands the test of time? For the savory pastry, I combined mustard, cheese, and parsley, which are some items similar to those found on the table during the Seder Passover, celebrated in the Jewish culture yearly to remember their history. We don't value values anymore. Whatever new thing comes, we accept it. But there is value in tradition. There is value in remembering where we come from to help guide us to where we're going. You might have noticed the speed of filming changed for the coffee brewing. This is intentional to represent the different pressures of society and religion. Sometimes we're rushing, and other times we get to slow down and take our time to enjoy. I've paired a naturally processed Honduran coffee for these two treats, with bright acidity and a syrupy mouthfeel. The sweet and savory both highlight different flavors in this coffee, bringing a little balance that we all could use a little more of.
Now it's time for the fashion portion of tonight's exhibition, and I'm joined here with Emily, one of the designers. Now, Emily, can you kind of explain to us what we're about to see?
Yes, so tonight you're going to see two pieces that we've been working on for the past few months, and we will also be sharing the vision we had behind them.
Awesome. Now let's take a look at the pieces.
This is a piece where we each designed and made a different part of the jacket and let our individual and unique take on the theme show through. So with the theme Veracity, we wanted to unpack what the pursuit of truth looks like. The more we look for truth, the more we're faced with our own inability and how we can't do it all on our own. Alone is safe, but it's not secure. In this society, there's this praise of independence, but I think in reality, if this year has taught us anything, it's that we need each other more than ever. Reaching out for help like that, admitting weakness, that's where true strength comes from. And if you're watching this, I hope that's the message that you take away from this piece.
My piece was inspired by armor because as I was thinking about what the pursuit of truth looks like, I realized that we often have to fight to uncover truth. It is a battle worth fighting because truth brings you a freedom that you don't get when you hide behind lies. Sometimes the truth hurts, but we need to embrace the pain if we want to grow. I hope my piece inspires you to be brave enough to pursue truth and the freedom it brings, rather than hiding behind the false protection of lies.
All right, now let's take a look at some of the visual arts pieces from tonight's exhibition. And I'm joined here with Audrey, one of our visual artists of the evening. Can you kind of give us an explanation of the series that you've created for us?
Yeah, so this is a 4-piece series, and it ties into how the world sees us versus how God sees us. So this first piece up here is meant to reflect how somebody can look really composed and sort of put together on the outside, but is actually really struggling on the inside. And it also kind of represents how we tend to project our insecurities onto other people. The next piece over here is it represents how somebody can be trying really hard to kind of be perceived as a good person, but as a result it's just kind of exhausting themselves in sort of vain attempts to be loved by the world, which is why the portrait itself is in grayscale and the corners around the canvas are in color. This third piece right here depicts someone who's really struggling in life and maybe kind of scares away other people due to that unintentionally, and they feel sort of rejected by the world, but they're still deeply loved as a person. But yeah, and this last piece, it kind of shows how our Creator sees us and how we can really, really flourish once we find our true identity in God, which is why you can see sort of all of the this one is sort of like the lightest color scheme out of all of the pieces, and you can see lots of plants and just it represents a lot of physical growth.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Audrey. Your pieces are stunning, and thank you so much for sharing your heart behind the pieces.
Thank you.
Rowdy room, my mind caves in. Remind my soul to stop listening. In my search for truth, I get tossed around. Rowdy room's getting quiet now. Words wait, they come off plate oh high. Steady voice setting me up high. I've tasted and seen the source of life. Rowdy room is empty now. I won't be deceived. I know darkness is in me, but truth shines like the sun. So I'll stand firm, candle buckled round my gut, and truth will set me free. Sanctified by blood, lips revealing love,
Thank you again for joining us for tonight's exhibition, Veracity, the Pursuit of Truth. We hope you enjoyed all the different exhibits that we had throughout the evening. Once again, we are Taboo Arts, and we'll see you for our next exhibition in 2021.